5. So Bounty is the core now.
Yep.
But this Weaver can be a 1 or 3, and similar with this Bounty Hunter. And it really comes down to what Crazy drafts, and if Weaver's better against their safe laner, or if Bounty is going to be better. So if they counter this Bounty too hard in the safe lane, then they'll throw the Weaver or the Willow on the off lane. And because Grimstroke and the Grimstroke matches well with both Bounty and Weaver in the safe lane because of their invis and being able to get on top of them.
Is it concerning that they don't have any sort of meaty frontliner or just somebody who even looks like they can have any sort of gains? They all are frail. And if they do decide to go with Weaver, Bounty Hunter on each side lane, what do they possibly put in the mid lane to kind of fill that void a bit? Or do you think they could be going all in on this heavy damage kind of squishy lineup?
DK, Kunkka are like the two best heroes that you can throw mid in terms of like what they're lacking, right? Which is like this tanky strength frontliner that can just tank in some spells and soak in like as much damage and spells as he can.
It's definitely gonna be someone tanky and can jump. I like the DK for that reason. At least in Dragon form, he can still blast down like the Will-O-Wisp. He can jump in and get the immediate stun. It also has to be someone to potentially match up now against the Storm Spirit coming out from Crazy.
Yeah, I mean the bright side of what EG has is like they're able to burst someone. So if like Bounty just sees someone, they're able to just throw all of their spells on them and they'll just instantly just melt, right? So they have this like very strong like poking mechanic. And being able to burst someone down as quickly as possible. The Storm pickup was nice because EG doesn't really have a insta stun right now, so he kind of has a somewhat of a free game, and their only real lockdown is like this Willow, somewhat of this Willow. I mean Willow for sure once he gets Yules, but even then that takes some time, and then like Grimstroke is not a lockdown for this Storm. And you have the Storm Coddle combo as well. Like, he's gonna have infinite mana, so he's gonna be able to accelerate his farm and up his like net worth and XP quite significantly.
I don't know. I feel like it's got one strong puzzle piece here for EG, and having the catch, having the tank, having the jump. It's a lot to ask for. I'm curious what Crazy are going to be banning out for that, but we do have pick on Crazy really sign. Oh, they just banned it though.
Oh,
so
sorry.
you're you and Bulba or Fly, you're thinking on the same wavelength here, and they banned the DK. So now that's taken off the table, makes things a bit more intriguing.
I mean, it was between DK and Kunkka. I kind of mentioned it, but DK is a lot better for Storm because Kunkka is very unreliable against Storm, and you need right now. I feel like they need a reliable stun. On top of that, DK synergizes well with the Grimstroke.
10 seconons remaining.
Well, we got to get a one position. It looks like for Crazy first. Ooh, they go with the Bristle. Coddle Bristle, the classic. OG's answer for it against Secret was the Pugna, but I don't think you could fit a Pugna in this lineup. He'll definitely be squishies. Or do you? What do you do?
Here, like an Invoker, and I think they need some more control. You need who can build Vessel. I think Bounty can build Vessel. Puck.
Choose your hero.
I thought about the Puck too, but I wasn't really sure because there's another like fragile hero.
Yeah, they are fragile. They got good team fight, decent DPS. They're elusive and got some stuns and lockdown, but man, I don't know. It looks like they're just missing that typical, beefcake.
I mean, at the same time, it's like if this Puck just coils to Storm, like he's just gonna die with what the heroes that EG has. And,
that's true.
Putting this.
It's one answer though for the Storm. I mean, do they have a confident answer for Bristleback? It's Bulba going to be the bounty hunter here, so Bulba might have to be the one to get. It's not even Shadowblade. Shadowblade is not the end-all be-all answer for Bristleback. It does, still half work. They just got rid of that with the health regen thing.
Well, maybe he'll go Vessel, and then Artur will get Scotty on this Weaver.
Yeah, Scotty could definitely work on Weaver.
I hope to see more Scotties these days against these like strength melees that are like super tanky.
Yeah.
With like high regen.
All right. Well, based on the draft, who would you put your chips on for game number 2? If you had to pick.
If we talk about the draft alone,
just draft. Don't put the skill away. Like, this is just
Yeah,
on draft.
definitely crazy. I'll give that one to crazy for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I just like the synergy that they have with the heroes. This Coddle's like going to be able to enable like the two cores. Um, I think this. I think they're yeah. I think this Beastmaster is a really good pick for them too.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like for this bound, you know, if this beast gets out of control, then it's going to be really sad for EG's side, and they're going to be able to just lose all of their towers early and just continue snowballing. That's the strength of like Beast. He's a very snowbally hero, and he snowballs the game like very easily, taking towers, Roshan. Like he's just a strong objective taker, and he's a strong laner.
I mean, I don't know if it makes you feel any better, but I am fully in agreement. I feel like Crazy have the better draft. Lots of synergy. Everybody's playing kind of a hero that is right up their alley. And, Bryle's still looking pretty hot in the mid lane on the Storm. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Early pause out. Do not know if I went over the full lineup here for EG yet. But regardless, as we have the pause, just going to overview the tournament once again. This is our second series of the day, potentially our last game if Evil Genius are able to get the win as we closed out the first round of the upper bracket of the playoffs. Why don't I go ahead and just throw the playoff bracket on the screen here before you? Bada boom. After we finish today's action, we'll finish tomorrow. We come back same time, same place to cover some of the lower bracket. We'll be seeing Thunder Predator versus Business Associates, and then Cloud9 versus the loser of the series. So should be a fun time. I believe Grant is joining me. I kind of have to double check on that, but should be a lot of fun. Let me switch back here now. But yeah, still got 6 teams remain. And it's been a lot of fun casting the Pro Series so far. Teams have been kind of taking it relatively serious, taking it as like elaborate scrims in case they're not getting too serious with scrims in private. They want something that kind of has a little bit more at stake, some money, and of course the stream, people watching and judging, and the fear of getting a Reddit thread about how poorly you're playing. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Who do you think is the biggest fiend for that kind of thing of the North American scene? Like, has to fiend the community feedback. Or maybe I shouldn't.
Boba.
Okay, I was going to say maybe I shouldn't get someone thrown under the bus, but yeah, there it is, Bulba.
You're always baiting me into this, man.
Oh, it's just you've had that bias against Bulba today. We'll just say that. You love him and love to
Appreciate Boba.
love to shit on him.
So this game is really gonna come down to this puck. Like I think how EG will kind of see this is oh dang, crits level master tier on Willow. His 2 master tier heroes.
What was the other one? Is it Earth Spirit?
Earth Spirit.
Yeah. Yes.
What a nerd.
Master tier Willow. Hasn't played too much Willow as of recent. We know of his famous Dark Willow play. I believe last TI, lots of Willow action. Lots of Willow memes around crit. But here he'll dust it off yet again. Bulba with the early Janata poke. Not going to be a fun time though, man. Coddle Bristleback is really something special there. So get your magic wands ready. And they do. They have the magic wands early, ready to go. It's Coddle with a Bassy as well. Not even just the chakra. He's giving him the Bassy love.
This.
Oh man, this reminds me. I love watching Owie play Keeper of the Light because you really never know what to expect. I remember an old Summit. I want to say it's like Summit 3, maybe 2. He did I believe what was called at the time the boneless Keeper of the Light jungle strat. He did this core jungling Coddle at the time.
He did this right here.
Yep. It was so crazy, fun to watch, and he obviously farmed up insanely fast.
They're actually surprisingly tri-laning first here from Crazer. Yeah, he got like 11-minute Aghanim's, and they just kind of won the game shortly after.
Yep. Didn't see much of it since then, but it's just like that little moment in time where you pull out something fun. I always wanted to think outside the box with these heroes.
Wolba already has 10 stick charges.
But what can you do with that on a bounty hunter? I mean, you're really going to try to threaten the bristleback and then flex the wand on him?
I mean, he should just use it instead of eating a tango. We should use it right now. Like, there's no purpose because you're not really gonna be spamming your mana anytime soon, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they're gonna continue spamming their spells. It's not like he's not going to, right? It's like certain heroes that you can hold your stick for if you're being conservative, but you know this lane is all
Yeah.
it's all about spam, and you should use like right now he just used it, but he didn't have to use a tango earlier. It's being like saving up your resources.
And again, why that Pugna popped out and was doing so much work with the ward on Bristle. He getting jabbed every time he casts for like the 50 base damage plus how much it costs to do the Quill, which is 35. Damn, 85 a hit. Be very, very annoying. And now they're just going to have to kind of take the Quills head on. Oh, man, but I always got to be careful. Coddle is so weak that if he gets hit with a couple Janatas and a Willow hit, he could be in trouble.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I think the moment Bounty kind of gets his level 2, double to do a lot better in the lane because you can see Bristle's already out of resources. He's out of regen. He's just brought a ring of regen towards him. It's not going to be enough for him. So the moment Bounty gets 2, he's going to be able to spam this shuriken toss, and Crit's going to be throwing some spells onto him as well. It'll be a lot harder to lane.
Crit comes in now. Dishes out that first spell. Oh, my man Owie pulling out the mana leak. Nobody uses the mana leak. Was he misclicking? All right, I don't know, but
I think it was a miss. It's not good. Like,
it's not good. That's why I'm making such a big deal out of it. Like, stop right there.
The old mana leak was like really nice because you can
yeah.
like double stun people, but
has been killed.
it's
like mana leaking, chakra yourself, and mana leak again.
Yeah, exactly. And no stun, and it's percentage based now, so you can never really take them down to 0 mana. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
It's lame.
Based off your current mana. It's
Yeah.
not like from. If it wasn't off your current mana, then it'd be good. Actually, that's a really good buff on him, but he's way too strong right now.
Yes, Ice Frog. Listen to buffs for Coddle, not more nerfs. He's not always banned every game and always first picked. But yeah, we don't see a whole lot of the mana leak as he there continues to dish out the chakra onto Skeeter. But, it has to be on watch. Chris sweeping in from behind. He gets a catch. Could be in trouble. They're going to put their focus now onto Skeeter again.
Boba.
Oh, nice. A little bit of extra harassment. And like you mentioned, he's low on the regen. So he doesn't send some more out, which looks like there is some on the way. Or he just drops them off. No.
He has a tango. No, it's AUIs. You have one tango. So he feels really pressure right now. He kind of screwed up on his item build a little bit.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, he's in trouble here. The Blinding Light already came out, but it's not going to stop them from dishing out the spells, and Crit is going to get the last hit in.
Yeah, he was being really greedy. He thought he was going to be able to get away and rush this Ring of Health on top of his Ring of Regen. And because of that, he definitely shouldn't have died there, especially as a carry player. It's like these crucial little things, like using the courier usage on the first time. If you're just bringing stats and then you run out of regen, it's just
Okay, Ryoya gets the jump on Bryle. I actually caught that whole action. I was just surprised to see Ryoya be able to just peck out that last hit, and now he'll be rewarded with the Haster in top. Top lane also, Kezu a little bit of trouble. The lift comes out from Moon though and keeps them back in at bay. But yeah, man, Bryle's having a good one. Where is he at? Yeah, 25-3 to 22-2.
You mean Ryoya, right? He said Bryle's having a good one.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, Ryoya. I saw the Y and got a little confused.
You shall not.
Bryle returns.
So Bryle is level 6 now on Puck. Kurt's gonna look into a rotation towards mid at nighttime after he secures the bounty rune. Looking for a kill, especially before Storm 6. Some free easy kills.
But I'm worth so much more.
Nice. So EG do manage to grab what looks like a couple of bounties there at the bottom. Fly with one at top. And it will be a 3-for-1 bounty trade if Bryle's able to kind of step over and grab that one.
Unfortunately, there is a ward on Crit, so he sees him. And Bryle's making the right move by just jungling.
Stupendous.
It looks like he'll avoid that potential approach.
Well,
Are they just gonna?
He's gonna ward the high ground and know exactly where Storm is.
Nice spot right there. He has no help nearby. Meanwhile, Fly getting slowly chased down from Kezu a bit, just the boar. But he doesn't want to keep pursuing for that one. So are they in a position where they can let Bulba just do his own thing on bottom with the bounty hunter?
He's free farming right now because it's not a lot of pressure. There's no real stuns for him, so he's never in real threat of dying because of his shadow walk. And he sees that both of them don't have any detection right now, so that's why he's completely fine. And most bristles don't really ever get goo.
Yeah.
Until like level 8. So Crit, like he understands that he wants to create some sort of pressure mid and force some reaction.
They do get the coil out onto Moon on the high ground, and we'll just finish them off with a sweep of the orb. And nice deny of the ward, but they do take down the ward for EG.
Yeah, it was a nice play. They understood that just having one person wasn't enough, and they rotated Fly as well. So the bright side of like having this Weaver safe lane, he's never really in any threat of dying as well.
Bulba eats a couple of quill charges and a Illuminate Blast, has to salve up, but Skeeter is now left behind under the tower, and Arteezy rotates to the bottom lane. It is Crit who's going to get the last hit, but Arteezy going coast to coast on the Weaver to partake in that one. And it looks like he'll just kind of get the lane handoff to bottom for now.
Crit's gonna soak in all the XP that's coming into top lane right now as well. So Bristle might look into also rotating towards the enemy safe lane because he knows that Weaver. No, actually he feels good about bottom still, I guess. The lane's just shoved in.
Now we will get the pull.
I guess Beast. I thought Beast was 6. He's still level 5. That's why.
All right, more mana out, but it is on 3-on-2 here at the bottom lane with Fly still hanging around. Contesting that side pull a bit.
Ryo's gonna look into pushing mid lane in right now and wait for this 8-minute rune and look for the next play right now to set up because he's one of the stronger heroes right now with his coil.
What's it going to be? Storm's heading that way right now. It's bottom. It's an illusion. Not the flashiest rune ever, but something to bottle up. While they converge onto that, Crit fends them off in the top lane, still getting a bit of that solo time. But we need level 6s, more level 6s to come together for both sides, obviously. And the off-laners in particular, Primal Roar, Track, could be very nice to work with.
I should have called someone TP mid there when Storm was being really cocky. Could have killed him with a coil.
They're heading that way now, but obviously Storm is already backed out. Him and Owie are just around the corner, but Bulba could scout them. Sees Owie. Hits him with the first strike. There's the blinding light. Inkswell, though, on the chase. Does get close enough for the stun. Ryoyo looking to move in. Commits the coil. Does catch him and Moon Meander. But they'll just take the one hit and run.
Yeah, supports are playing together. Oh no, that was Bulba, sorry. I keep thinking Bounty was a support here.
And it's still not enough to get him to that level 6 mark yet, but it's a commitment.
I just realized, you look at the disparity between the CS between Bounty and the Bristle, right? With 55 and 15. But if you look at the net worth, Bounty is actually not too far behind because of how much gold he's really stole from this Bristleback. It's kind of crazy, actually.
That's interesting. I don't suppose there's a stat you can look at later that shows how much gold he's stolen from a hero total. That would be pretty interesting to know.
At the end of the game.
At the end? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It'd be nice if it showed like during the game though.
Yeah.
On top of his status bar.
Radiant are scanning.
All right, scans out. Here comes
protecting
Bryle on the move.
here.
It's level 8. Wants to make something happen. They want to fight for the outpost. As 10 minutes about to strike. Kezu goes for it. As Fly gets jumped. Success grab at the last second. And they'll at least score some XP for themselves. Kezu commits the roar, and they'll blast down Crit. Bulba looking to sweep in, going for Kezu, who's a bit low on mana. Ryoyo follows up with a coil, only catches the Storm. Storm swings onto him. They get tracked up, bank shot to Kezu, and a blast, and Ryoyo might be forced to hightail it out of there. Certainly so, as Moon was about to approach EG. Getting decent trades, but probably not as much as they're hoping for in these little skirmishes.
And that was like a millisecond before that outpost that Kezu ended up getting there. And yeah, they both shared that. A little miscommunication in that last fight, though. If the, or maybe just focus
Dire's
firing.
top
It's
tower
unfortunate
is
that
under attack.
the Beastmaster lived there. He should have
Radiant's
died
middle tower is under attack.
if he coiled him. But maybe he just wasn't in range.
And they pressure for the tier 1 top, but the glyph comes out, and at that same moment, they converge to the bottom lane. Arteezy committing in deep. Does have the time lapse, needs to use the wand to do it. Pops the wand, continues to fight, is very low, and then gets fate bolted by Moon, who stole the Sakuchi. Will-O-Wisp going to be committed, and EG back the hell out.
Top tower has fallen.
AY whiffed his ulti there. But, you know, they got the important kill, which is the carry Weaver there.
Yeah, Weaver, I'm not sure if it was being a little... It's like an awkward position. You're like half health, low mana, and end up waiting too long,
They
too
were
much
so
damage.
close to killing the Bristle. I think the ability that, you know, he has a hood, so they nullified a lot of damage there. And on top of that, he had a fat stick of magic wand. He had like 20 sticks there, right?
Dire's top tower
Moon trying to make the most out of this Sakuchi. Able to snipe up the Invis rune. Now crit.
And Moon just stole the rune from Bryle.
Yep.
I think he was just like worried in case like Puck went on him with a coil or something.
All right, well, EG smoke and head south here. Oh, look at Moon, though. He's like, I'm going to go for Fly. Fly, who may have been bait in the lane. Oh, my God. He eats so much damage from the Illuminate. Tries to run out. Moon chases him down and goes for the finish. But look at Ryoya jumping in. Gets a beautiful coil onto two. Blows up the Coddle. Looks to go for the Bristle next. The stun comes out. And it's a swift finish. Over in the river. It's a chase out. One Sakuchi for another. And that is track money in the pocket. Here comes Bryle, though. As Artur will just time lapse to the other side. This one goes much better for EG, and with the track, they get a good amount of gold and even better XP.
Moon used his nuke. I'm not sure if he would have survived. He may have, but he used nuke on the Weaver, and he barely ran out of mana there for his next Sakuchi. Let's see what EG wants to do next. So Blink Dagger is now finished on this Puck. His coil's up in 20 seconds. I assume they're gonna buy us. They don't have enough gold for a smoke. Crit has a smoke right now, so they're looking into making a next play.
Yeah, but
I think they kind of want to play away from this Bristleback now.
Crazy already smoked at this mid lane, spotting out Artur. Oh, the Wisp dropped, but it's on the edge. It's just enough for them to hold him in his spot and take him down. They know he doesn't have the time lapse, already committing it in the previous fight. Ryoya, though, with that blink, gets one of his own. They catch Kezu on the back lines, and now Bryle wants vengeance. Jumping all the way into the high ground, looking to chase down Bulba. Bulba makes it down low, but Crit will feel the wrath of Bryle. Bryle with the double kill.
It's the power of Coddle Storm right there. Actually, I don't know how Artur died, because if you click on his portrait where he died, it's like he died outside of the sentry range. I don't know how that last hit of Storm ended up hitting him. It's kind of weird. They didn't even dust them, that's why. But they should have been a little bit more patient there. I mean, Artur just kind of got picked off. But, you know, the blink was finished on Puck, and they really wanted to make a play with it. I think they still do. He's a lot stronger now. He does have a DD.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't have to even use the coil for that. He just jumped in and blasted Kezu. He has a DD now, way up, bottled up. And coil.
Right, it was actually really high level. He's level 12 right now. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, and top net worth by a fair margin. Jump in. Skeeter, and not the best.
If his team was a little bit closer, that would have been super nice there for them.
Unfortunate timing, as they'll settle for a push through in the bottom lane instead.
That's the problem with EG's lineup, because we kind of mentioned earlier, right? They don't have a hero that can just run in and provide vision for them, aside from, like, you know, maybe Bounty Hunter and Weaver. Coddle here is dead.
Yeah. Bull was able to get in there with the track.
Extra pleasure in this.
Was that a bounty still up there? Yeah. Oh, bounties and some still standing.
This Bristle's farm is not that... Or maybe this Puck is just really far ahead right now. Oh, they're gonna get the storm?
Oh, coil 2. But they get the Fade Bolt pullback and burst to finish off Ryoya. There's the Terrorize. but nothing to really get the coil snap. And now the chase is on. Bryle gets the jump onto Bulba and the roar. And it's a double kill for the Storm.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That's the kind of wombo combo that they're looking for doing later in the game, which is like the Dark Willow terrorize with the coil to nap them. It does a lot of damage together and a lot more control for the fights. They really have to play around this coil and be together in these fights. A bit closer.
We'll have to wait a bit. But as they battle over the high ground ward, Crit's going to get spotted by Bryle, and Bryle just takes care of the lone support. This is the Storm Spirit hour, and he's using it to his full potential with Kaya in pocket, trying to get his way to that Bloodstone.
Kind of surprising to see like as much plays and how many kills they're getting right now. They're only like less than 1k gold advantage, showing like how efficient EG still is being on the map despite like all these like deaths that they're getting.
It's that damn Bulba bounty hunter taking money out of the pocket of that Bristleback as he
Bulba's a
continues to
thief.
poke him.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh,
is
I'll take that
under
nether
attack.
shell.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That damn Bulba. Yeah,
Bulba's
EG
just
though.
not only stealing money but stealing items too.
I know. That pesky bounty hunter. Each team farming respectively on the half of the map. As Bulba does make an approach, he gets spotted from Moon. They lift it,
Should be good here.
and they blast
This is
him
the combo.
down. Okay, terrorize Coil, and they finish off the Storm. There's the Primal Roar onto Ryoya and the Will-O-Wisp. Where's the focus going to be? Artur trying to step out, gets hit with the Vessel and the Dust. Has to time lapse. Stuck back inside, very low, gets gooed up, and has Sakuchi on out. Focus from Skeeter now to try to chase anyone down, but there's not really any catch.
Whistle actually picks up a really nice item. He has a Vambrace too. It's 50%, 49% magic reduction now.
Feels like it's even more pressure on Artur to have the answer to knock down this Bristle.
I mean, their answer to Bristle is the moment Bulba finishes his Vessel, and they'll have some sort of at least kill threat on him. And right now, I feel like they have 0 kill threat on this Bristle.
Kezu goes down. Looks like Fly will be next here as he tries to limp back to his team. Here comes Skeeter now, gooing on forward. Moon Meander. Sakuchi
He
on
doesn't even
through.
need to be there.
And yeah, he's gone.
His summons are just like killing Fly himself. Yeah, I mean, like right now, this Bristle, he's invincible right now. They have like 0 kill threat until this Vessel finishes. And the only people that they should think about killing right now is the Storm and the 2 supports. And if they're able to kill that and kill Bristle at the end, like, I mean, overall, you don't even want to focus this Bristle until the end, to be honest. You want to kill the supports. The supports are doing so much in the fights, especially AUI. This is enabling, like, this Bristle and the Storm to, like, their cooldowns and, like, this infinite mana. It's actually, like, really insane.
Will you give Bulba the benefit of the doubt that that is a value win lace, or did he accidentally get the win lace thinking that Vessel still needs it?
I'll just go with he wanted the movement speed.
Fair enough, fair enough. It is a shame that the Vessel doesn't provide the movement speed anymore, but I guess it's a balance of power between having the constant aura out. But Bounty Hunter doesn't, he doesn't shy away from extra move speed. He'll be happy to take it.
Yeah, because I mean, track it's still based off percentage, right? So
Mhm.
it's pretty nice with the.
Dyer's top
With
tower
win
That's
lace.
is
true.
under attack.
Track will definitely benefit more from
Radiant's
the
bottom
percent.
tower is under
Oh,
attack.
pull back. Roar. Can they burst down Artur? The Will-O-Wisp? Oh, it's enough. The tick is there from the Wisp, and he can't get the ulti off. And now is Crazy's time. They jump on in, finish out Fly, and like roaches, EG run. Bank shot for Bulba as he tries to make it away. Go win lace speed, go! Run to the trees. Oh, he gets lifted, pulled back. Oh, he's going to kill Moon
Got
if
him.
not careful. Nice. They finish
Nice.
him off. That is track money, too. Bulba able to kind of cheese himself out of this, and they're going to get the potential finish on the Kezu, but here comes the approach once again from Bryle. Bryle going in and hitting hard is going to get blasted down. Crit does get that finish onto Kezu, and now the chase continues for Bulba,
That's
and
worth
it is
You
all
got that
Skeeter.
Track kill right there. A lot of bonus gold from those 2 kills, as you can see again, all these kills that Crazy is getting, these team fights that they're winning, that are barely 1k ahead. They're still not too far behind when it comes to like overall net worth advantage.
Yeah, that was with Weaver not being in the fight at all. That was a great jump by Crazy with timing everything out. Weaver no chance to get that second life because it would have just felt real bad to have committed so much and not been able to get the finish. I don't know if that means Artur needs to consider a little bit of extra life. I guess that will come naturally with him trying to finish out the BKB next.
Yeah, this Puck hasn't been able to continue to go crazy on his net worth advantage, despite such an amazing early game. He's finishing up his Yule right now, while at the end of Storm has a Bloodstone on top of the net worth chart.
Yeah, what can you even really do with the Puck, though, to kind of snowball even further? Is it just itemizing differently, or is it finding more opportunities and just using the cooldown of your coil, any opportunity you can?
You talking about now or earlier?
I mean, like while you're on top as a Puck and you're moving around as he was, finding coil setups, like what was it that caused him to pump the brakes? Is that credit to Crazy, or is there something he could have done to either keep fighting or itemize different? I don't know, like Veil or something.
People on EG, like Artur got picked off and Crit kind of got picked off, and it was like slowing the tempo a lot. Like I think the game was really fine and in their favor, especially after the moment Puck kind of finished his Blink Dagger, and because all of these little crucial pickups, they were able to get key items, and they were slowly getting picked off like one by one, and he was actually unable to like utilize this Blink Dagger the moment he kind of finished it. And that's talking about like it's Roshan by Crazy here, but key item timings, that the moment that you finish items, you want to have that little surprise factor into it, like similar to last game. EG finished their BKB and they want to do something with it. In this game they just weren't able to utilize like some key timings, and now I feel like they want to wait for Artur's BKB because Vessel's already finished now for the next engagement, but I think Crazy won't give them enough time for that, and they're just going to attempt the high ground here.
They're already knocking at the top door. Yeah, they want to stick it to EG before they have the opportunity to reach that next power-up. Can they do it? Let's see if they can get that first bit of serious base damage done. The high ground hold from EG is, it's fine. Got to look out for the coil. Got to look out for the terrorize combo, especially when you're working around a choke point. But I don't know if it's anything to really brag about.
Skeeter messed up there. Usually when you want to push one lane, you want to be able to cut the secondary lane, so 2 of your lanes aren't always shoved into you, and it's only going to be 1 instead, so it favors you, and you don't lose much net worth out of it.
Oh, he pulls the wave back.
Yeah, you see what they're pushing mid in, and you see how KZ is just cutting towards top. You want to make sure, like, even though you're pushing one lane, you want to be able to cut on another lane as well.
Yeah.
So only one lane is always shoved into you rather than 2.
Well, Crit will try to add his own pressure there, at least on the bottom lane. But I imagine we'll be summoned back to defend the line here. We'll see if Crazy want to commit to mid or cut up top. Looking for an opening here. Skeeter just hanging out indoors. It's on EG for the approach and how they want to start this one off. We'll start dishing out the tracks. Jump in. Swift silence.
Kind of surprised Skeeter's not finishing his pipe, but I guess he says, like, I'm the carry that, it's just going to protect me. It's good enough.
Yeah, the earlier Halberd, I guess they fear that the one true threat would just be someone like Artur, and if he doesn't have a Lincolns or anything, I can just shut him down in his spot. Plus, no MKB. The evasion is going to be very annoying to deal with on this Bristleback. But look at EG. They're trying to flank them from the side, going in for the coil cut, looking to get the jump on the Kezu and take him out of the fight. Nice Will-O-Wisp, though. Doesn't stop him from going down. Crazy now hide within the trees to make it out. Blinding light bump and a coil pull, and they'll finish off Ryoya, and he's going to be forced to buy back. But Artur is starting to go in. This time he will not be finished off in the fight, and he can dish out all the damage. He pops down too. Ryoya able to score the Moon Meander kill on his return. Bryle fighting within the trees, looking to go for the pullback, but no! Can't get the finish. Artur able to get the time lapse off. He survives and runs back inside. 2 buybacks forced out from Crazy on this one, while EG hold the line for now.
Yeah, was that an even trade? We have the Aegis. Oh, still has the Aegis. Puck did have to expend his buyback there.
But, you know, it's just a little bit of track money. Oh, Ryle jumps right to 3. The Yules, the root, and that's the Aegis.
That was so nice.
Can it take him a second time? Ryoyo's coming. Moves in with the coil. They really want to commit it. The net, the burst, the track, and they got it done. Oh, what a blessing. Ryle just throws himself into the open arms of evil geniuses, and they take it home. Skeeter, though, able to at least blast down Fly. Here comes Artur, though. He's dusted up.
Buy back on Grim here.
They want to have Grim available. It's a strong fight, you know. Crazy committing a couple of buybacks. It could be detrimental if they get wiped in a strong team fight. But it looks like both teams will split their ways.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a little patient now, just kind of shoving the lanes until the next coil is up. Actually, they can look into heavily pressuring because the storm is down, but they don't really have good, like, greatest lockdown. Brow was pretty overconfident there, you know. I think he wanted to secure the 25-minute bounty rune, and EG kind of anticipated that and predicted his movement, like camping the high ground and even warding it, and, you know, making sure, like, you know, despite their disadvantage right now, they're playing in a favorable situation, which is camping high ground to top of a ward.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it was more so EG just saying, you know, the rune's going to be up. Let's see if we can catch them being careless going for the rune. And that's exactly what happens. And it will buy them more time. And if we're looking at this again from a scaling perspective, I would imagine EG possibly have a slightly upper hand with the Weaver, but I guess Brizzle and Storm are no joke in their own. Storm is.
Here.
Oh, speaking of Storm, could this be another takedown? More loss of charges, possibly, and it is another takedown on the Storm Spirit. That is real unfortunate. Crit able to survive, dishes out the scare, makes it back away to his team. Beautiful assassination comes out here from EG.
Such a beautiful two-man play, and then immediately with the whole team, EG is connecting. You know, they're honestly just also playing around all of their vision as well.
Kezu's still in the neighborhood here. Wants to jungle farm a bit with his boars, but
So
be careful.
look at EG's positioning on the map right now. They're just camping around their last ward. And they're kiting, checking. Oh, there's a hawk.
Oh, they got that.
The hawk is out of vision now.
EG, you're gone. Is that a book
But
three?
I mean,
Yeah, it
you,
is
you
book
saw
three.
the effort. I mean, you gotta I pay attention to the little details right there. It's like they were looking, you know, because obviously Crazy has a lot of experience playing, but like a lot of inexperienced teams, they would have just kind of went there, and then EG would have been able to pick one or two off and just immediately got out because they're playing around the vision and knowing Crazy has zero high ground vision there.
Yeah. The opportunity not there for EG, but because they read the situation well, they get to step out from any trouble and fight on for another day. Moon has the stolen Sakuchi again. He scouts around.
That's generally how, like, you know, like we mentioned, like how Crazy was like winning all these team fights. That's how you really make the best comebacks in the game, is like having the positioning on the map and taking like favorable fights, which is, like I mentioned, high ground and playing around your wards and making aggressive plays or passive plays, like anticipating enemy movements or like predicting like where they're gonna farm and just camping your high ground ward to kill them.
I mean, Crazy are trying to take a play out of that page as they put up some wards on EG's side of the map and are going to remain under that bit of vision. But EG are spread across the whole map right at the moment. Oh, an opportunity to get the catch onto Ryoya, it looks like in the mid lane.
Nice play by Moonmander there.
That
Right place at
Sakuchi'd
the
in.
right time.
Yeah, I imagine Sakuchi'd in there to get the lift and the setup for Storm.
So Artur is going for the Scotty. He actually has enough for it. Once he sells his Wraith Band.
Oh, I was going to say, did he already farm the Mjolnir and then get the Scotty? But it looks like he's going to put off the Mjolnir and, yeah, switch over to the Scotty, which maybe, you know, they just double-checked the whole new Scotty effect and realized how damn good it could be this game.
It's a pretty good Lincoln's game on as well, but
Uh-oh is right. He has to BKB time-lapse, ends up behind the tier 2, runs up to the top, but Aoi has a sentry, and that's it. They have the roar and everything, so he's not going to be able to make it away, and that's just a free little Weaver pick. It does cost them 2 ults, but man, they wanted to dump everything to make sure Artur goes down.
Moon Meander drawing down the line. Let's go down mid. Let's end it, boys. So Artur didn't finish his Scotty, holding off in case he needs to potentially buy back. But Roshan just
Oh, he just
spawns.
spent it. He just spent the money. Now he does not have buyback. I guess he's confident that they're not going to push. They'll probably go for Roche instead, he figures, and they will. But that means they're not going to fight for it. They'll just accept that they're going to go against the Aegis. Yeah.
This beast is doing a lot of work in these fights with his Necromonicon. And on top of that, this Coddle. And I can stop talking about Coddle, otherwise he might get nerfed again, you know?
Yeah, right? One little blinding light. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
And
the
the
work
Will-O-Wisp,
doing.
so annoying to fight into. And if the Weaver has to take time to attack the Wisp, that means that someone else is likely in a lot of trouble. He can't threaten anyone else, or he himself is about to be in a lot of trouble. And
They do have an answer for this Bristle now, though, with Scotty being
Mhm.
finished on top of a Vessel. But again, it's like he's the last person that you really want to focus on trying to kill. It's because of his Halberd as well, and Radiant, so the evasion is insane.
Whoa, 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 he jumps all the way to the bottom lane. Or they're looking to get the catch onto Fly. It's taking a bit of time. And the rest of EG come over to try to bail him out. He does end up going down, but they're fully committing to get rid of the Aegis here on the Storm. A follow-up pick onto Moon. BKB pop from Artur. Now he gets roared up. He gets locked down. He gets finished. Artur is out. He does not have buyback.
That's game, I think. Both of them have no buyback. Oh, they have a glyph.
But I don't know what else they could do here. I mean, a Puck. Puck's dead. It's just Bulba.
The bug was squashed.
They're so damn frail, and you have no one there to like enforce and pull focus and all that. It just feels like, yeah, they're a bit squishy once they're locked down, and they had certainly enough lockdown with between the Will-O-Wisp, between the Primal Roar. I think it was just way too much firepower for him to handle, and that is it. They're going to call the game. We're going to another game number 3 between Going Crazy and Living Evil. I don't know what to think anymore. Could be anybody's series.
This was we kind of predicted that, right? We just based off the draft alone was just like we felt Crazy's lineup was much better.
Yeah.
Just like EG didn't really have a hero that can frontline. They kind of expected to be able to like, you know, take fights and like kind of poke at them with like, you know, Puck jumping in and out, Weaver like in and out of the fights and so forth. But I think like the Storm like forced EG to they didn't really want this Puck, but they picked it because they know like they needed a strong lockdown for the Storm Spirit. And I feel like this game just really came down to a complete like out draft. I think both players, I mean, both of these teams are like, you know, top tier teams here. And it's just Crazy's lineup was just much easier to play. And on top of that, you know, the Coddle, I think, again, he has a very high win rate and he's banned 100% of the games, practically 100% of the games for a reason. You can't let this hero in the game.
Yeah, and even though it doesn't feel like the Bristle was like too much of a force, you know, even having the Bristle kicker with it is just something to still respect. And, you know, some may say, you know, EG with their 1-game advantage might have just kind of taken the draft a little lighter. Because today, you know, this is like the only game I feel today that was a little more sus on the draft itself for why things ended up the way they were. But, you know, it's just game number 2. We still have one more game to go. I'm going to go ahead and cut to a break, gang. When we come back, more Beyond the Summit Pro Series action to come as we get into our final game of today, game number 3 of Crazy versus Evil Geniuses.